meteorologist Alan Shoemaker.
Wrapping up August today with a heat advisory. We've actually hit it's kind of the hottest stretch of weather here toward the end of the month and going into the first few days of September coming up. By comparison, most of August hasn't been too hot compared to normal. We'll probably talk more about that tomorrow when we get the final numbers in. But a heat advisory today for all the valley. It begins at 1 p.m. Not quite there yet. Dry and windy, though, not dry feeling, a lot of humidity, but dry weather for the most part. Next good rain chance, so it could come by the weekend. We have tropical moisture increasing. We have front to the north, then northern Texas all kind of squeezing the moisture in. That could bring some rain chances. We'll talk more about the rain chances in the tropics more so later next half hour. Right now we're concentrating on the wind and the heat. It's warming up out there. 94 in Weslaco, Harlingen, Raymondville, Edinburgh, 87, one of the cooler spots at South Padre Island. And how hot it feels like 109 in Brownsville, 110 in Raymondville. You start getting these numbers up close to 110 or hotter. That's when you start to get into we start getting heat advisory conditions here. So be careful if you are out walking the dog or something this afternoon. It's a fairly sunny afternoon. Wait until evening when the sun gets a little lower in the sky and temperatures start to cool off, because it does look like that pavement will be pretty hot out there today with a decent amount of sunshine beating down. And highs about 100 in McAllen, 103 in Rio Grande City, upper 90s mostly in Cameron and Wilsey counties. Again, the heat index about 107 to 113 or so. We do have the heat advisory that again kicks in from 1 to 6 today, 1 until 6. Winds still gusting about 30 miles per hour and generally partly sunny skies. There's basically dry weather around. There's a super small chance there might be a little shower in spots, but the moisture is kind of on its way out today that will cause the rain. So if it doesn't happen in the next couple of hours, it's probably not going to happen. But tomorrow's highs now, remember today we're mostly in the upper 90s, but tomorrow could tack on another degree or two in some areas. About 102 in McAllen, 105 in Rio Grande City. The heat index may even be a little bit hotter tomorrow as well. And it will be a little on the windy side. You know, the winds last week or so have been fairly calm. They started picking up a little bit yesterday and more so today. So you may see a few things blow around if you don't have them secured out there. If you get a few stronger gusts to about 30 miles per hour this afternoon. And this should be true again tomorrow, probably gusts in the 30, maybe once in a while 35 mile per hour range. Now Futuretrack does show mainly mostly sunny skies and dry weather this afternoon. Again, there's enough moisture. There might be a little brief shower in 1 or 2 spots popping up, but Futuretrack says no. Nothing going on today. By tonight, we're still mainly clear to partly cloudy. Could still be a little breezy through tonight. And then tomorrow looks similar to today, but maybe a little sunnier and a little hotter. Staying hot and windy tomorrow as temperatures come back up to near 100 in many areas. Now in the tropics, I said we'll talk more about the tropics in more detail later on. Give you a little taste right now. One disturbance out there is a couple that are close to the United States. One is kind of offshore from Florida. That's kind of following that red area out to sea, but does have a 70% chance of development. We have another area that's in the Caribbean, this tropical wave, which is coming through by about 5 days from now. It should be near the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, but has an 80% chance of developing, but it will likely stay pretty far to the south. If it does make it into the Gulf, it's likely passing south of Texas, but it does kind of bring added moisture with it, and that could be one factor in pumping up our rain chances later in the week and for the upcoming weekend. But the next few days looking pretty hot and dry. 98 today, heat advisory, a wind gust maybe about 30 miles per hour or so, and kind of just a breezy or somewhat windy afternoon. And if you are outdoors this evening, probably still going to be kind of a breezy evening. If you're going out for a walk or a little run, you know, if you're out there at sunset, I think it could still be a very breezy, and lows only in the low 80s tonight. Here's the first 1-5 AccuWeather 7-day forecast. And again, the next 3 days kind of stay hot, up in the upper 90s and near 100, little on the windy side each day. Thursday, mostly dry weather. The moisture will be increasing, so there might be a shower in spots in the afternoon, but more than likely Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are some pretty good chances for rain. We're talking up around at least 50 to 60% maybe by Friday and Saturday. So Labor Day weekend coming up could be a bit on the wet side, but that will help cool temperatures down mainly in the low to mid 90s for highs. But pretty good chances for rain arriving for part of the holiday weekend coming up. We'll keep tracking that part in more detail coming up later in your first 1-5 forecast here on Channel 5 News at noon.